Hi there, Scorpio. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your May reading. It will cover roughly the 1st to the 15th of May. Of course, energy is fluid though, so it may permeate a little before then and a little after. Okay, this is what I'm feeling for you, Scorpio. There is a shifting of gears. Okay, it's almost like a click, like a shift, right? And I believe I got the same sort of feeling, right? This alluding to the theme of gears, of wheels to a train. Okay, and I feel that now the shift is being made. Okay. Wow. The Hermit in reverse and the Moon upright popping out together as a pair. We'll heed that. Aha. 9 of Wands. Okay, horizontally laid right over the Hermit. This is interesting, Scorpio, because when I am pulling the cards from the spread, my impression is that there's only one card, right? Or there are only 2 cards that fly out. But when I pick them up, I see that there are many more than that in the stack. So that happened with the Moon card. I thought it was just 1 card, okay, but it ended up being 2. And that happened with this deck that just flew out. So we'll heed that as well. The Chariot, upright. 9 of Cups, upright. The 3 of Pentacles, upright. Scorpio. Leo, got the 9 of Cups and the Chariot. 9 of Cups in reverse, though. Okay, and Libra got the Chariot and the 9 of Cups, also in reverse. If you know a Leo or a Libra, it may apply, right? There may be some crossover. But 2 9s, you have 2 9s here, and you have a 3, multiple of 9. Your wheels are in motion, Scorpio. Look at this, right? Look at this. This is like, these are like the gears. This is like the wheels up to a train, okay? The feeling I'm getting here for you is like the Polar Express. I don't know if you've watched that movie. It's amazing. I love it. I always reference it. And I feel like it really applies for you. I feel like you're making a journey, okay? And it could be across a long stretch of land, okay? It could be very far. It could be a journey that involves travel, okay? Long distance travel. But it's just, right, the very beginning of this new way of life, this new world that you're embarking upon. You're finally embarking upon. Oh my goodness, are you finally embarking upon it, Scorpio? It's been so long awaited. Okay, it's been so long awaited, and you've decided, you know what? Now is the time. Now is the time, right? The release. The release to these pent-up, built-up emotions, the idealization of this new beginning, this change, begins with the foundation that I lay, the contribution that I make, right? The turning and the churning of those wheels. Okay. Being the conductor of that train. So you're taking matters into your own hands. You're no longer remaining in a state of passivity, rumination, okay, rumination. You're waking up from that. You're waking up from that, okay? And there is some sort of clarity that's brought about by way of that, by way of this movement and this motion forward that you make. And the 9 of Wands is perpendicular to the Hermit. So it looks kind of like this. And it's like a horizontal staircase that leads straight into this departure. Okay, so it looks like this. Like that. Two nines. Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups. So, Scorpio, you are leaving this old propensity, okay, this old sort of stagnant handling of a matter, okay, in which you remain in a state of, right? I know something is not quite right about my environment, about my situation. I know, right? But knowing is not enough, okay? It's about doing, okay? And it's about my doing about it that leads me out of that situation, right? It's like burrowing a hole, like a tunnel underground, right? To escape, I don't know what you're doing, Scorpio, but right? To escape this entrapment, right? And it could be, right, your own doing. The places we keep ourselves, right? And I'm getting for fear of what we may confront outside of this world, okay? So you're leaving the darkness, you're leaving the mystery, the world of ruminating, trying to understand the darkness intellectually, rationally, right? By way of investigation, right? It's like trying to factually, right, understand and disseminate what is kind of unclear to you in some way. You're like, I'm not going to get anywhere, right, by taking that approach. That's not going to satiate, right? That's not going to bring the light of the day. Okay. My operation in this world, in this darkness, so to speak, right? Holds me there. Holds me in the darkness. It's the escape hatch that I take that leads me to the light. Okay. Even if it's still dark. So, what I'm getting for you is that your answer to something that you've been wondering, okay, something that you've been wanting to move through, something that you've been wanting to transmute, is by way of taking action, okay, and thinking, right, consciously, how can I contribute to the world that I dream of, that I aspire towards, right? How do I transform? I'm hearing transform, right? I feel that you want to transform the circumstance. You're like, yes, I want to understand this. I want to capacitate this. I want to come to terms with this. I want it to come full circle. But it's almost like this. It's like, I feel, Scorpio, that you realize before, right, this change can take place. It's not about the environment. It's about me. I have to come full circle, right? I have to take matters into my own hands. If I want to live in the light, right, I have to seek it. I have to be it. I have to create it. Fire, light, right? The spark, courage, drive, persistence, okay? And that leads you to the Chariot, right? The pursuit of exactly that, of exactly what drives you on every level, right? But most importantly, spiritually, what you feel spiritually you align with. That is your guiding force through this all. Okay, so that's the light, Scorpio, that I feel you're following. You're following your intuition now, whereas before, perhaps, you were following... right, like let me rationalize my way through this. Let me be uber prepared, right? Let me try to disseminate all the information that I possibly can about the situation before I, right, make my grand entrance, my grand exit, my departure in some way away from this state of being. It's a big breath here, right? It's like I'm feeling that it's a big release. And I feel you feel that you realize, you're like, I can move through that. I can move through that. I can move away from what doesn't resonate with me. And I can pursue what does, right? Simply with that desire to do so. It's a powerful card, the Chariot. And I feel that you've wanted this for so long, Scorpio. So long, Scorpio. Okay. Now, okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles, overlaying the Father of Swords in reverse, overlaying the Star in reverse. So what I'm feeling for you, Scorpio, and this is more or less in your theme, okay? What I'm feeling for you is that this change, okay, has characterized a coming to terms with how you see yourself, how you engage and channel your rational mind, your intellectual faculties, okay? Where does intellect meet dreaming? Where does the rational mind meet the intuitive, creative spirit? I feel that that is where that has been the sort of gridlock that's held you back in some kind of way, right? In trying to make sense of this world, in trying to find your way out of it. It's required you to come to terms with how you pursue your dreams even, right? Like look at the Father of Swords card and look at the Star card. It's so interesting because the sword on this Father of Swords card is so colorful, right? Let's take a really good look at this card. Upright. In its full flesh and glory here. It's like the look on the face of this Father of Swords is so serious, is so pinned in, is so focused. Okay. Is so unassuming of, right, creativity, of passion. But, right, the sword that he defends himself with is quite the opposite. Okay. And so there's this dichotomy. Okay, there's this dichotomy between the way I'm seeing it for you, rationality, intellect, clarity of mind, and pursuing something that's real to us just because it's real to us, just because we feel it really deeply, right? Not because we rationalize why we should pursue that, right? But just simply because it is. Okay, so there's been a coming to terms with that, right? I have a dream. I have this dream. I have this very creative side. I have this desire to pursue something that means something to me, right? Beyond what others, right? Or society has defined should be my role. And so it's been that coming to terms, right? With that. Who am I? What am I here to create? What is my dream? And the crystallization of that reality for you. And the coming to terms with that conception, I feel, Scorpio, is that escape route. Is this Nine of Wands. Okay. And it's been, right, a long process. Okay, it hasn't been easy. I feel that for you. It hasn't been easy. And it's required a close look, right, that's taken at how has my rational mind, right, or my preconceived ideologies, notions, in some way inhibited the pursuit of my dreams. Okay, and the color palette on the star is exactly the same as that which we see on the sword of the Father of Swords. So, you're making a strike, Scorpio. You're making a strike. You're stepping forward. You're standing for what you believe. You're standing for progress. Okay? But progress, not the progress, right, that keeps you moving in circles. Sort of like in one place. Oh, I'm making progress, right? In the dark, because I'm working in the dark, trying to understand how I can move into the day. It's like, no, I'm making the progress of moving into the day. I'm accepting the day. I'm pursuing, okay, the change. Beautiful, Scorpio. Oh my goodness. I feel a lightness for you. And I know that this has been something, right? It's like a stubborn sort of thorn, right? That I feel has been, but there's an alleviation, there's a recognition, right, of your contribution to the progress of whatever this change is that you want to make. And it's beautiful. And I hope that you have a beautiful beginning of May, and I'll be back soon with your mid-May readings, but also your new moon readings sooner than that, all right? A few days from now, I should be coming out with those. So stay tuned for it, Scorpio. And let's see, I highly recommend you to tune in as well to your ascendant, rising, or moon sign, as oftentimes those can provide you with further insights into your situation. I know I resonate a lot with my moon, even more than my sun oftentimes, so it doesn't hurt to check it out. If you don't know your signs though, you can click the link below in the description box, and that will compute your signs for you. All right, thank you so much again, Scorpio. Have a beautiful April and May, and I'll see you soon. Bye.